Welcome back to Fluent English Café. I'm Tony, and today's episode is really important. I have a special guest with me. Her name is Anna. Before we begin, I want to tell you something. Anna and I will use simple English today. This is our choice. We want every listener to understand everything we say. So, Anna, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Tony. I'm very happy to be here. And yes, I promise to speak clearly and slowly. I want everyone to follow our conversation easily.
Perfect. Anna, let me ask you this. I hear the same thing from learners all the time. They tell me, Tony, I study every day, but nothing changes. They memorize words, they do exercises, they listen to podcasts, but they still feel like they're not improving. What's going on here?
Tony, this is probably the most common problem I see, and I want everyone listening to know something right now. If you feel like you're not improving, this is completely normal. You are not the only one. I want to be very clear about this. Every single student I have ever taught has felt this way at some time. Beginners feel it, intermediate students feel it, even very advanced learners feel it. So please understand, this feeling does not mean you have no talent. It does not mean English is too difficult for you.
Okay, but Anna, why does this happen? Why do people feel like they're not getting better?
The main reason is simple. People expect language learning to be like climbing stairs, one step up, another step up, always going higher, every day better. Every month you can see clear improvement. But language learning doesn't work that way. Real progress is messy. One day you understand everything, you feel amazing. The next day, you can't remember simple words. You feel terrible. Sometimes you even feel like you're getting worse.
Right. Students tell me, last month I could say this easily, now I can't remember it. Am I losing my English?
No, you're not losing anything. Here's what's really happening. Your brain is doing deep work. It's making new connections. It's organizing everything you learned. But this work happens quietly in the background. You can't see it happening. You can't feel it happening, but it is happening. So when you feel stuck, don't panic. Don't give up. Just keep practicing. Keep listening. Keep speaking. Trust that your brain is doing its job.
I love that explanation. So learning isn't straight, it goes up and down.
Exactly. And there's another big problem. Too many choices. Today we have hundreds of apps, thousands of videos, so many courses and methods. Learners try one thing for 2 weeks, then switch to something else. They never finish anything. They feel overwhelmed.
Yes, students often ask me, what should I use? Which method is best?
And because there are too many choices, they can't decide. They waste time looking for the perfect method instead of actually practicing.
Anna, I want to change topics now. Let's talk about emotions, not textbooks, not apps. Let's talk about something deeper. Many students tell me they can understand English pretty well, but they're terrified to speak. Why is fear such a huge barrier?
Fear is the number one problem. Not grammar, not vocabulary, fear. In all my years of teaching, in every country I've worked in, I see the same pattern. Students think like this. What if I say something wrong? What if people think I'm stupid? What if they don't understand me? What if they laugh? These thoughts are incredibly powerful. They create real fear in the body. Your heart beats faster, your hands shake, your mind goes blank. And when you're afraid, you cannot think clearly, you cannot speak freely. So students stay quiet. They know the answer, but they don't say it. And this breaks my heart because speaking is the most important thing you can do.
I tell my students this all the time. You cannot learn swimming by reading books about swimming. You have to get in the water. The same is true for speaking. You can study English for 10 years, but if you never speak, speaking will always be scary.
Absolutely. Speaking is something you do, not something you know. And here's the truth. Making mistakes is not dangerous. Making mistakes is not embarrassing. Making mistakes is necessary. Look at how children learn. They make mistakes constantly. They say funny things, they use wrong words, they create sentences that don't make sense. But we don't criticize them. We don't think they're stupid. We know that mistakes are part of growing.
When a baby says something wrong, we think it's cute. We encourage them to keep trying.
Exactly right. But when adults learn a language, everything changes. Adults judge themselves very harshly. They expect immediate perfection. They want native pronunciation, perfect grammar, zero mistakes. And when they can't achieve this, they feel like failures.
That's so true. Adults are embarrassed to be beginners. They don't want people to know they're still learning.
And here's what matters. The goal is not perfect English. The goal is communication, connecting with people, expressing your ideas. If someone understands what you're saying, you succeeded. It doesn't matter if you used the wrong tense. It doesn't matter if your pronunciation isn't perfect.
Communication over perfection. I really believe that.
Yes, and everyone needs to hear this. Don't wait until you're ready to speak. You will never feel completely ready. Start speaking today. Make your mistakes today, because each mistake teaches you something. Fear wants you to hide. Growth requires you to try.
Beautiful. Now, let me ask about grammar. So many students say, I need to master all the grammar rules before I can speak. Is this true?
This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in language learning. Grammar matters, yes, but grammar alone doesn't make you a good speaker. I've met students who know every grammar rule perfectly, but cannot have a simple conversation.
So, understanding rules doesn't mean you can use them naturally.
Correct. Grammar should help you, not stop you. But many students become paralyzed by grammar. Before they speak, they analyze every word. They check every sentence. This makes speaking feel like taking a test. The better way is this. Learn grammar slowly. Learn one thing at a time. Practice it in real conversations. Listen to it in real contexts. Eventually, it becomes automatic.
What about vocabulary? Students often say, I learn words, but I can't remember them. Why is this so common?
This happens because of the method. Many students learn word lists, just words with translations. But words don't exist by themselves. Words live in sentences. They live in real situations. They live in context. Also, students try to learn too much too fast. 30 words in one day, 50 words in 1 week, but they forget most of them. It's much better to learn 5 words deeply, use them many times, than to learn 50 words and remember nothing.
That makes so much sense. Quality over quantity.
Always.
Anna, this has been such a valuable conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you for having me, Tony. And to everyone listening, please remember this. Be patient with yourself. You are making progress even when you can't see it. You are braver than you realize.
Thank you all for listening to Fluent English Café. If this episode helped you, please listen again and share it with other learners. Remember, simple steps, consistent practice, real confidence. See you next time.